What's going on YouTube? This is Chris from Millennium Bulby TCG, and today we brought Frank back to the channel.
Oh god, I'm back again.
Yeah, it's like you're here pretty often.
Yeah, I'm here.
With his 6 Samurai deck profile update, guys, for January. Wait, just kidding, February. Post-Suda 2025.
Yep, moving into the current format, before we get into Insight, because come Insight, that's when a lot of changes, I think, are going to be happening.
Yeah, like another Keyzone.
Yeah, I mean, because, this guy isn't, one of the most busted cards in the entire game.
He's just the main character, that's all.
Yeah. Alright, so, we'll just get that stuff out of the way. And we'll start with the main deck. Some of the stuff hasn't changed so much yet. Like, of course, standard, you always run triple Keyzone. So close to having my last QCR. So close. Also, still running the 3 Kizaru. Personally, I'm thinking of cutting this back. Might take it to 2, possibly even to 1. There are just some other things to play around in the format that I think Kizaru might be a little too slow.
I've noticed a lot of other builds trying to cut him down. Would you cut him for more non-engine, or do you have any other Samurais in mind?
It honestly would probably be putting in the new trap card from Supreme Darkness.
Which is a tip at the end.
Yeah, well, I'll go over why the trap card is going to be so important next, way after Insight. But maybe bump some non-engine, up by 1. But I'm more so playing the cross-out designators of just all of the hand traps. I don't want you to play any of them.
Fair, very fair.
So back to the main deck, running 3 of the Tactical Trainer. Konami gave us really great support that was just common, and we are taking full advantage because you're running 3 of the Anarchist Monk as well. I mean, they're too good, and they open up your synchro plays into the new 6 stars, which then opens up the entire field of play to even-numbered synchros, which we really didn't have an easy access to. We were like pseudo-locked into odd-number synchros, and now we're actually able to go into the evens.
Yay.
Yeah, it's great.
More utility.
Speaking of utility, running a playset of Kageki. Now, a little change from the last time. We're running 2 and 2 of Mizuho and Shinai, red and blue.
Bothers me you don't have switched around to make the symbol in the middle. There we go. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm glad you mentioned it. So, running these guys because they basically they facilitate, as a 6 Samurai player, you to go infinite. So you can just loop your opponent and completely hand rip them of their entire hand turn 1. And then whatever they get out of their hand, you can just negate it, be it a monster, a spell, doesn't matter, you just get rid of it. Running the 1 Grandmaster, which is just your Keyzone, but old.
Old Keyzone for the win.
Yep. You're running 1 Natsume.
QCR, nice.
Yeah. Running the 1 Fuma. And then we're getting into the non-engine. So, 1 Nibiru. 1 Effect Veiler. 1 Droll and Lockbird. 3 Ash. And that's the monster lineup for the deck.
I'm guessing we're going to see some cross-outs here in the spells.
Oh, you sure are. But first, of course, gotta run the Gateway. It's the bread and butter of the deck. I'm praying the next ban list it gets semi-limited.
I don't see it.
I'm telling you, 1 of 3 things are going to happen because of all the support we've been getting. Gateway is going to get semi-limited. Isolde is going to get freed. Or MX Saber Invoker is going to come back.
As a betting man, I'd say Invoker's coming back.
Same here,
based
because
on OCG and Master Duel.
It is hard to argue that Gateway is the most broken card Konami has ever made.
And for Invoker, not to mention X-Saber's going to be getting support here down the road too, so
Mm-hmm.
might as well free them up.
Yep.
Just
So
break it before they come.
exactly. Running 3 Dojo, standard, you have to run it. 3 Smoke Signal, it's in Archetype Rhoda, but for 3 stars. You're running, same as before, you're still running your Double Assault. It's searchable, it's your Book of Moon, and Monster Reborn all wrapped into one as a quick play spell.
Beautiful.
You're running your 1 Asceticism. This is probably what I'd be bumping up out of taking out the Kizaroos. I'd probably bump up Asceticism and then run the trap card.
Would you bump up to 2? Or
I'd bump it up to 2.
2? Yeah.
Yeah.
3 might be too cloggy.
3 is definitely too cloggy. 2, I think, is just the right amount. Running the 1 Cunning. And then we're getting into the non-engine stuff. So you're running the 1 Rhoda. 3 Crossouts. Dark Ruler. Talents. And the 1 Imperm.
1 Imperm. Okay.
Only need the 1 for the crossout.
It always just shocks me when I see Imperm at 1 in the builds.
If you see Imperm at 1 in the build, just look for crossout. Honestly. That's the only reason. So now going into the extra deck. This is where some changes have definitely been made, but it should still be relatively standard. So we're running the OG Legendary 6 Samurai Shien at 2. There's been a lot of talk and movement of running it at 1. I'm still comfortable at keeping him at 2. I like the more flexibility, especially since I did cut Naturia Beast from the lineup. So we're also running 2 of the Lord Shiens. That's your monster negate. I mean, that saves you from Nibiru. Like,
yep.
Once,
fourth summon.
Yeah, once you get that out, you're safe. Omega, like I said before, it facilitates the hand rip. Oh, hey, look, it's Trishula, your hand rip. Dagaris, everyone knows what Dagaris does. Cowboy.
For game?
Always. Daigusto Emerald to shuffle back your resources. Because you do turbo through a lot.
Yep.
And it's more so there for the grind game if that happens. I could definitely see you siding Emerald for another resource if you want to go into a different extra deck monster.
I'd argue Cowboy as well.
Yeah, I mean, they can both be cycled into the with side deck. It's really dependent. I'm testing them in the main, but I don't know. Still running Typhon because it's great for just non-targeting removal.
Honestly, if you have a deck, play Typhon.
Yeah.
Like, you get stopped, you can have 1 monster in the field, you get Typhon. You're going to at least disrupt your opponent enough so you can get a turn.
I mean, let's put it this way. Nobody likes dealing with Dragoon, and Typhon gets rid of Dragoon for nothing.
True.
So, into the Link monsters, of course, running 3 Battle Shogun of the 6 Samurai. Have to run it. There's no option. You have to run this at 3. Running the 1 SP. Just, you pump out too much resources to not run it. And the 1 Saryuja Skull Dread, since you can then shuffle back your resources to continue hand ripping your opponent.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah. Honestly, what I'd probably do is put the Daigusto Emerald and Cowboy into the side so I can pump up the numbers of Skull Dread to facilitate easier hand rips.
Really hope he's in Stampede.
Yeah.
It'd be great, even just as a plat.
I'm hoping. But now onto the Sextuple Barrage. So this is the new trap card that we got in Supreme Darkness. I don't see a lot of use for this in the current meta that we have right now, just because we don't have the new keys on. The whole point of this is if you have 3 or more 6 Samurai Synchro monsters with different names. But if you have, for every 6 Bushido counters you have on your side of the field, you can reduce the number by 1. you can normally you'd be able to get away with having to only have 2 or possibly only 1 synchro on the field to get the effect. What this trap is, it's a total board wipe for your opponent. It gets rid of their entire field, front and back row.
Because you didn't have enough ways to stop us.
And then if you were to just have this set on your side of the field and your opponent lightning storms or feather dusters, whatever, or if this gets banished, it doesn't matter. If this leaves your field from your control, you can then go into your extra deck and summon a 6 samurai monster, a special summon 6 samurai monster or a Shien effect monster from your deck or extra deck. So you just get to bring out your legendary Lord 6 Samurai, which is a monster negate for free. Or you can bring out your regular Shien, which is a speller trap negate for free. It doesn't matter. You can just bring it out just by setting this, and your opponent will be scared because it's a back row, and they'll wind up using a resource to get rid of it, but actually screw themselves.
Just when you think 6 Sam had enough control cards.
And because of the new Kizan's effect of being able to bring itself back from the grave, which will count as a samurai summon, it'll give 2 Bushido counters on Gateway. It'll put counters on all of your resources that can hold counters, which will make your Sextuple Barrage live.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I'm assuming easily searchable as well.
Yeah, it's a 6 strike, so because of, I think it's the Trainer or it's the Anarchist Monk, one of them searches out your 6 strike speller traps.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
but that is my 6 Samurai deck profile post Supreme Darkness. Looking forward to seeing what else this can do, and I'm not abandoning this deck by any means. Pretty much every format going forward, expect an update.
Yeah. Well, thank you as always, Frank. I always appreciate you having me on. If you guys like the deck, let us know down below. If you didn't like it, let us know the ratios you would change. We had a lot of great feedback on the last couple of 6 Sam videos, so we appreciate more of that. Thank you guys again for watching, and most importantly, happy collecting.